Siberian plateau was formed during that period, and there is a linear vent in the floor. For thousands of years, the smoke and other material came, and that increased the temperature and changed the composition of air, and then species died. That is one theory they give. And then carbon dioxide release. So that again increased the temperature and destroyed the species. Then Permian Triassic extinction, 250 to 270 millions, destroyed due to asteroid. The theory of asteroid is very, very convenient to modern people and also handy to modern people. If they know that at some period large scale destruction has taken place and they are not able to pitch on anything. You know, recently we had a meteor falling in Jupiter, so that they have studied, so immediately they will apply. Probably they should have fallen, something like that. Where it has fallen, we don't know. Is there any evidence? Is there any great depressions created? No. They have been destroyed. They have been changed because of nature. So it's a handy idea. Then Triassic, Jurassic is a period of dinosaurs, early dinosaurs, 200 million years ago. Gradual climatic change, asteroid impact. Asteroid is nothing but a small planet, and volcanic eruptions. Then is Cretaceous Paleocene extinction, that is 95% destroyed. It is called due to methane eruption, that is due to vegetation, methane bubbles, called methane bubbles. Then Puranic timeline I have given, that you can again see. So Swayambhu Manu, Swarochisa, Uttama, Tamasa, Raivata, Chakshusa, Vaivaswata, at about at the gap of at the interval of 306 million years. Now in Puranas also we have got some period. They have not marked it as period of extinction. They have not marked a period of proliferation of a species, but instead they have showed this is this Prajapati. During this Prajapati, these species have developed. So that gives an idea that that was a period of explosion and extinction. So species explosion, that is one more thing. Daksha 2, during the Daksha 1, there was not much of life. Daksha 1, there was not much of life. Whatever the Puranas give, they give about about pre-evolution period, some natural changes. Then Prithu period. So Prithu is the first person during which period the continents are made into 6 or 7. Numbers also give. They give the sun's names. That's not very important. So continent, but not a supercontinent. So a continent was divided into or broken into a few. So that is one period. That is the third Manvantara. It has happened. Then Prachetas. Prachetas is the period when it is actually according to Purana, during the fourth Manvantara, Prachetas are the sons of the Prachina Barhi, a king, and they go to the water to do austerities for 10,000 years. When they come to the earth, to their shock, the entire earth was covered with forest. Why should we be surprised? Because before that there was no forest or large scale vegetative cover on earth. Puranas do not record that. So the first time they were very surprised. So they become very angry and try to burn everything. Then according to our Puranas, the Brahma comes, don't do it, everything has its own purpose. So you be a good ruler to this region. So the Prachetas period, it is, what we can say is, the period of Prachetas according to our Puranas, and the period of the modern ideas of the Precambrian species, and also the Carboniferous age to some extent will coincide. But I won't say that they will coincide exactly, not necessarily, because even these things, modern ideas, are estimated differently by different people. So what the idea is, we don't say that this process happened some 2000 million years ago. So almost a similar period or almost same period. That's what we are able to connect. Then Chakshusa Manvantara, 6th Manvantara. See, whatever the present continent, that has happened over 200 million years ago, and our Gondwana land has formed 200 million years ago, and Puranas, Bhagavata Purana say that is the period of Priyavrata. First is actually, you have got Prithu and other people, Prithu, Priyavrata, two sons, and Priyavrata period starts, and the continents are formed anew. anew, and all human population started developing. Very clearly it has said. Then Vaivasvata Manu, last 120 million years, the human evolution and then human culture develops. So that is how it gives. So we find there is a lot of points to compare with old, with modern ideas. Then mass extinction in Puranas. That also we have got certain sequences, and the sequence can be compared. First is Rudra period, that is pre-Swayambhuva period we said, and even the earliest period, lot of species evolved and survived during the carbon dioxide period. When earth was carbon dioxide rich, that they all disappeared. So that is one period. And we have to, I will deviate for 1 minute and explain you one more concept. We have got the Vishnu has 10 avatars. The 10 avatars of Vishnu, which is the order of the 10 avatars, are different in Bhagavata and Puranas and the spiritual texts. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, all these 10 is not the order of avatar that are given in Puranas. This present 10 we are marking: Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana, Parsurama, Rama, Krishna, Kalki, and there will be also small change there. Let us read it. Is given by Vyasa. When he was asked, there are about 24 avatars of Vishnu. Why don't you list 10 avatars, and based on importance he gives the list. But Puranas give you a different list. So now these avatars can be divided into two groups. One, the man lion, Varaha, etc., which are called by Western writers thankfully as divine avatars. Rest of the things, Rama, Parasurama, Krishna, are given as human avatars. Then early avatars are divine avatars, man, lion like that, Matsya avatar or man, fish mixed. In all avatars, whatever happened, many of the incidents that happened during Pralaya period, when there was no world. But what happened? They are all reflecting the catalytic changes that are taking place on the earth surface. That is why the Asura and Brahma is sleeping, the Vedas have fallen, and so Asura has taken to the ocean. Like that, all the theories. So, the divine avatar periods are the periods of earth evolution. But human avatar periods are with reference to species evolution. So, Rudra is a early period, then Venan period. So, Venan period is in the second and third Manvantaras. It's a period when, according to Purana, they will give you a story, and within the story they will give you a clear geographical and historical perspective of the period. Geographical idea, they will clear idea they will give. So according to this period, he was very bad and other things, or they will describe. But what has happened because of that, whatever the vegetation that was evolved previously, totally destroyed without any trace. Then Prithu comes, a new continent evolve, and then he helps recreation. So they give the difference between a previous period when extinction has taken place and then explosion is taking place. That's what we are able to see. Venan period is a period of extinction of species. Then later Prachetas period, because we said in the early Prachetas period the vegetation came, but he destroyed. Then after that he reconciled, and once more they increased. That is what the world is having today. So later Prachetas period, 40 Manvantara, then end of every Manvantara and Pralaya period, there is some amount of destruction of species. Then Puranic Pralaya causes that operate below the earth. Rudra. The Rudra is, the Shiva is said to be in Rasatala, in the molten rock region within the earth surface. This is Puranas were very clear. Rasatala, among the 7 worlds, the lowest one is there. We have got Patala, above that you have got Rasatala, and it is this region which is molten. Bhagavata says it is from this region gold and diamond comes, and people are wearing this and very happy. Like that, they are very clear about their ideas. So Rudra, Rasatala, and from there what he does, Rudra first acts, and the result is Adisesha. Adisesha, even in Amrita Mathana, we know the Vasuki was pouring lot of poison and killing all the Asuras. So in the way, Adisesha also poisonous. So the poison comes. Where is the poison? Because it is the trapped gases. They did not know that it is a carbon dioxide. I don't say that they have marked the carbon dioxide like that they have said, but they know some poisonous gas, because there are many books, the Buddhist texts also. For example, Divyavadana, there is a Buddhist text who clearly says that inside ocean there is lot of poisonous gases are there, and they come out and are responsible for the destruction of most species. They are clearly stating, there is no ambiguity in the statement. Okay. Then Adisesha, then what? Why should they make it like a serpent? Because when the poisonous gas, that's carbon dioxide trapped there, comes out, it won't just mix with water. It will create a water current or ocean current, underwater ocean current, which will go round and round and rise, and then in every place they go on adding poison gas. So that movement of gas, poisonous gas, can be attributed to the movement of a snake. So he comes out. This happens for 5,000 years. And after 5,000 years, he comes out. Then he comes out, then because these trapped, the gases are heavy gases. You know, in our school experiment, when we prepare oxygen, we keep the jar inverted. Whereas when we prepare carbon dioxide, we carpet straight, because it is heavy, it will go and collect. So because of that, it comes out, it comes straight, and it won't mix with air, and so it will move horizontally, and then it is called Vadavagni. So it is called the horse face, Hyacinus. Then this one is called Hyacinus. So it will be a mixture of the submarine volcanic gases as well as the carbon dioxide. I am saying, they never said carbon dioxide, nobody said. But they know that something, this gas is coming, and that is the composition that changes the composition, which is the root cause of the destruction. Then it's called Aurvagni, Vadavagni, submarine volcano, and Vadavanala. Multiple names are given to it. Causes which operate above the ground, sea waves. See, many of the things will result in direct result outside the sea, only as the tsunami waves and other rise in sea waves. So changes in climate also they have studied. They have, for example, Venan period, the whole climate changes. So periodic changes of climate also they have known, and so that also responsible for scale extinction. Then sun's intense heat, that's also responsible periodically. Again I say that great amount of species will be killed when multiple factors join together. When this is possible at great interval of time, which was say about 360 million or 400 million years. Then origin of Vadavagni, there are about different Puranas give various things. But interestingly, please, whenever we study Puranas, we should not be stuck up with the stories. Probably our seers are so intelligent and so considerate. They are given very, very difficult concept in the form of stories. So they will tell the story, and within the story, the scientific facts, information will be embedded, and they are given clearly in statement. They will not, till that stories will be there, but the information will be straight sentences and statement. So Vadavagni is one thing. So one story is Pippala. The Rishi Pippala was the son of Dadichi. Dadichi Rishi, the Indra wanted to kill Vritrasura. He wanted to make a weapon. So he asked the backbone of Dadichi. So he gave it to him. And so his son Pippala was angry. This because of the Devas. I lost my father. So what he did, he rubbed his thighs with kusha grass, and then Vadava, a mare came. And it gave birth to a Vadavanala, a male baby, which becomes the intense heat and started burning the world. Now Narayana, in order to help the world, he requested, and he said that I will eat everything. So he said, you can start with the water, first element water. So you go to the ocean. So Saraswati actually was asked to carry the Vadavanala to the ocean. Everything will have its own relevance, and in order to protect ocean, gave him a valaya, small bangle it gave, and threw it in the ocean near Somanath, and say, this is through this mouth only you can take the water. to this mouth. So it restricted the water intake by the Vadavanala so that the world can be saved. This again helped in another way because it also kept the sea water under check. So double the things. So the Vadavanala but become very virulent during the Pralaya period, but rest of the period it is under the ocean safely. Then origin of Vadavagni in Matsya Purana gives sage Urva. By the power of his austerities, he again, the Bhrugus and there are two groups of people, Bhrugus and Haikayas. The Haikayas were in Narmada region, Bhrugus were in the coastal Saurashtra and the Konkan region. So always they had a fight with them. So the Bhrugus were destroyed, Brahmins were destroyed by the Kshatriyas because of their wealth, because they were in the coastal region, because they were doing the trade. That history also is there. So these Bhrugus were thrown away all over India, and the Bhrugus or Bhargavas were also a tribe in the Sindh region whom Alexander fought on his way when he was returning to his place, because he came to Punjab. From there on the return journey he went along the Sindh region. At that time he has conquered. So these groups, what are the said in Puranas, they were also living fact. Okay. So these people, Aurva, one of the descendant in that region, he created Aurvagni by rubbing his thighs with Kushan grass, Kusha grass. So this Aurvagni also became very powerful, and so that Brahma again involved himself. Don't do that, you go be in the ocean. But he said, no, I want to burn. Okay, I will give you a chance at the end of period, Pralaya, you can do your work. So in this way he is satisfied and it has gone to ocean. Then next is Vishnu Dharmottara. Again the same story is there, and the Bhrigu Vamsa is only Bhargavas, they were being killed, and then in order to take revenge, Ruchika, another Rishi, the Ruchika. See, some names will change, but the concept will not change. Ruchika, actually he came out of the, he created the submarine fire, but Vishnu took the submarine fire and kept it in ocean. Again, made it in remain in the Purvottara Sea, that is Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. Why Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea? Why not other station? We can safely say that was the oceans known to those people, our people during that time. That was the largest ocean. They may not be knowing other areas. So they are in Purvottara ocean. Okay. Then origin of Vadavagni in another Mahabharata, the same story is there, but here a lady is involved. When even a child and women were being killed by Haikayas, one lady concealed a baby in her thighs or uru, and then he is the Aurva, and with his anger he created the Agni, and he was again asked to remain in the ocean. So these are the number of theories. Now from these theories, what we are able to understand about the characteristics of Vadavagni, it is an anger of Aurva. It was produced by Uru, by Rishi Uru by rubbing his thighs. It is an Agni lurking under the ocean water, it drinks excess ocean water and ocean level is maintained. It represents extreme heat. Usually it is dormant under the sea, but during Pralaya it comes out of water and kills all species in the world, both in water and land. At the end of Pralaya, it once more goes to the sea. Actually in Pralaya, what modern theory is, once carbon dioxide comes out and destroys, then the climate will be restored by a rain cycle. Once more, the rain will not be there for a long time. Once more a rain cycle will be created. Then this rain will dissolve the carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide once more go to the ocean and settle back into the thing. So that is what he said. This will come out and go back to the ocean and settle at the bottom of the ocean. That is why in Tamil it is called Madangal. Madangi Porde, it goes back. That's what can. Vadavagni operates during Pralaya along with Sankarshanagni and solar rays, that is multiple causes. It has its mouth in the Arabian Sea, a short distance from the shores of Agritirtha in Somanathpur in Gujarat. Then the concept of Vadavagni. See, according to F.E. Parjidar, who translated the Markandeya Purana into English, he has also written other two things. The Kali Yuga Lineage of Kings, a beautiful book on the lineage of kings from the period of Mahabharata, and he says that for rewriting in Indian history, the Puranas are the best source, he says. And so he has tried each dynasty he gives, and when he gives about the name of a king, and then he collects from all the Puranas, all the sources, and give a long list for each line. He gives a long list of references in other Puranas. So wonderful book. Another book is the traditions, the ancient traditions of India. He expressed there were three traditions. One is the Kshatriya tradition, one is Brahminic tradition, then Kshatriya tradition followed by Brahminic tradition. Wherever the accounts are given by Kshatriyas, for example in Ramayana, when the lineage of Surya, the Surya Vamsa says, the Vamsa will be very clear. Who then what right thing he did, what wrong thing he did, what punishment he got, everything will be right. And it will confine only to the historical accounts of the kings, their life only. But when Brahminical rishis are involved in any tradition or any information, the rishis were very, very particular and capable of keeping Vedas without any difference in, deviation in sound and other thing. They did. But in the case of historicity, they don't care about it. That is why Brahma is there, then Vasishtha will be there, then Shakti will be there, then Parasara will be there, then Vyasa will be there, all the 28. The 5 people will cover all the 28 Chaturyugas. So their tradition is shrouded in mystery. So wherever they come, you have to discount necessarily or heavily discount necessarily the history part of it, but they will also give wonderful, they were also great scientists, so wonderful information on geography, and also the environment changes everything, science everything. So that alone we can take. So in the Vadavagni also, everything's in rubbing their thighs and giving a rise to. So we are not able to understand. So it is an allegory. So here Uru is also known as the earth. So it refers to a linear trough-like depression where volcanic action has taken place. For example, in India, along the west coast, east coast of Western Ghats, for 1,800 miles, for about 10,000 years, a cleavage has taken and molten material came 62 million years ago. And this poured amount of material and has covered land by 3 kilometers, covering 500,000 kilometer area, and total quantum of lava material brought is about 51,000 cubic kilometers. So along it has happened in 10,000 years. Then how much gases it would poured to the earth? So this was responsible for the destruction of the dinosaurs. This was, because this age, when geographers say, it also coincides with some of the references, it may not say about 62 million, it may say 100 million years, something like that. That difference will be there, that mistake will be there. But still, they give such references. So, for example, the Divyavadana again gives wonderful. It is a beautiful geography book, give lot of information on earthquakes. So, Dakshina Unnati Uttaro Avanamati. Uttaro Avanamati Dakshino, Uttaro Unnamati Dakshino Avanamati. When Dakshina rises, north comes down. When Dakshina comes down, north rises. Like that, when inner portion rises, outer portion comes down. See, they give about mountains, how things happen. Refers to. So, they also refer to submarine volcanoes and the trough-like formation of volcano, and they give very lot of information about the changes in the landforms. And they were also able to predict the earthquakes. Okay. So, during this period, the west of Aravalli mountains also, another fissure eruption must have taken place, which are also connected to this region. So the end of the period, what is the example, what is the proof for that? Because Puranas say that in that region also the Vadavagni came and Saraswati river went. At that time there may not be any Saraswati, but at that time when what it was flowing was only Saraswati, Agni type of Saraswati river. It is the same region Saraswati later started forming. So at the end of it you have got Girnar mountains. These Girnar mountains are formed at the end of the period. So that again we have got some relevance of information with reference to Puranas. So the concept of Vadavagni, our rishis have recognized three causes for mass extinction of Pralaya, Adisesha, the trapped gases. Please remember that we cannot say, and we don't say that our rishis knows that gases are trapped. They may not know that. But they know that it's the source of gases or poisonous material from the ocean, and there is response. That much they were very clear, and they are clearly they have recorded. So that the allegorically say Adisesha is inside. Adisesha trapped gas. That's why they may not know about carbon, methane. But the reference to Saraswati river is also very important, because Saraswati is the rivers which carried all the vegetative material to the continental shelf region, continental slope region, which decayed and later formed as methane. So they say that this is also very important. Because of that, the source of the triggering point of the mass extinction is in the Somanath area. That I will explain a little later. Then Sankarshana Agni, that is Rudra, in Rasatala, that submarine volcanoes are again very important. It is Rudra who starts. That is why clearly states the Purana. It is Rudra who starts, and then Adisesha operates. Sankarshana. He also becomes Sankarshana. Same name is there for Adisesha also. Vadavagni belongs to all poisonous gases that emanated from volcanoes and methane gas formation caused by decomposed material, both are land and then. That is why even though each is named separately, but they collectively they give the name. So we can surmise that these form the fact that they have identified multiple sources of mass extinction and have explained their general nature in Puranic text. Though the effect of individual causes for Pralaya and mass extinction are explained often, the action of all causes for mass extinction together is called Vadavanala. So next is Indian concept of Vadavagni and Pralaya. So we have already said Sankarshana Rudra, then Adisesha, role of Narayana, the role of Surya. So how actually Pralaya takes place, process of Pralaya. What we said that mass extinction is the result of Pralaya. How the Pralaya, what are the steps in Pralaya, that we will discuss. That is what we say. It is all Vishnu Puranas will say Narayana is responsible for that. So Narayana Sattva in the form of sun absorbed the oceans by his piercing eyes. After drying up the ocean, he also similarly dries up the rivers, wells and tanks and mountains and water sources in the mountain. Later on, Lord in the form of winds shivers everything and draws it all the air. See, if once water is lost, then all winds become dry. When the winds become dry, they will become more able to burn more vegetation and also absorb more water that is inside. Afterwards, by virtue of the blowing winds, the trees and branches rub against each other and a big fire crops up which consumes everything. The fire is known as Sankarshana fire. This fire reduces everything in the ashes during the period of annihilation. It consumes all mountains, trees, bower creepers, reeds, etc. Then after that, for a long time it happens. After that, there will be a period of lull because everything is killed. Everything is destroyed. Life form is lost. Then after some time, nature restores. The first step towards the restoration of nature is restoring rain cycle. So that is why you say after this, Vishnu after consuming the entire universe, requenches the fire with continuous downpour. When the climate changes for 100 years, that's why 100 years there was a clear downpour, divine rain and ghee at the end of the age. Ghee, there may not be any ghee, but it will say life saving. So the land then becomes filled with auspicious water, sweet like milk. It spread all over the landscape and covers as a single ocean, Ekarnava, and no living creature exists at that time. That is the Jala Pralaya. After that, a long time, maybe take a lakhs of years, then once more life starts developing. The water recede, then life start developing over land. So, now what we have read before, we can put it in a few steps. One, period of increasing heat caused by solar activity, radiation. Then Adisesha, that is from the bottom of the ocean, the gases are coming, Patala thing. Then first into the ocean, then it rises the temperature by 5 degrees, that is the average temperature by 5 degrees, and gases are also coming, so species are killed in water in about 5,000 years. Then when it comes out, as they are very heavy, they move along the land and rises, so which resembles the face of a horse, so it is known as Vadavagni or Hyacinthus, and then it moves and go on adding the temperature, and the composition of air also changes, and species on the land start dying, and that takes 10,000 years, because water is a confined area, but the ground is actually open area, so it takes more time to kill all the species. Adisesha is a poisonous serpent. This phenomenon is described as hiss. Then the period of drying of moisture in the land, including areas in high latitude. Species may be killed, but without any trace how they can be destroyed. They have to be destroyed only by burning and other process. Then period of change of gases in atmosphere, everything spoils, that's what it gives. Then period of complete failure of wind system on the globe. This destroys the entire vegetation, which was, since the composition of gas changes and heavy gases form, the present wind system will not operate. So the wind system, what is the advantage? They will ameliorate the climate when they go from one region to another. That system will be lost. So destroy the entire vegetation which was already died up. The period of hot and dry condition which remove all man-made structures. The long period of incessant rainfall. Then as a correct the thing that has been done. The long period of deluge, when land is underwater, during this period most of the species are already extinct. The period when atmosphere and water are restored to condition suitable for life, then creation begins. So this is the process. Clearly this is the process, and modern also this is what they say. After this they once more settle, once more climate becomes normal, the gases become, the wind systems are created, then species start evolving. So this is how the Puranas give the process of Pralaya, how the species are destroyed at the end of 300 million years, where multiple factors are operating, and which is where it can be easily compared to the modern idea. Then Vadavagni is positive side or constructive side. Kuppan, he was a great climatologist. He divided earth into number of climatic zones, and he gave a special name to Himalayan region known as H, capital H. So this is H is something that is, he says, the Himalayas are warmer compared to other areas where the same height and latitude. For example, same latitude you have got Alps mountains, Pontic Taurus mountain, then the Zagros Elbrus mountains. But these mountains, their height is very low, 9,000, 10,000 or 13,000, peaks only 13,000. So they are snow covered. But Himalayan peaks are about 20,000 feet only they are covered. So this is higher temperature, the land. He gives special. Why? Because they are far away, because they don't get the Tibet region and greater, we have got 3 Himalayan layers. One is Shivaliks, then Middle Himalayas, and then we have got the Greater Himalayas. The Greater Himalayas do not get any rainfall through southwest monsoon. So they get rainfall mainly through Mediterranean cyclone that is passing through the Alps mountain, gives about 50 centimeter of rain. Then Pontic mountain in Turkey about 30-40. Then when the Zagros and Elbrus mountain, then comes to Himalayan region, they give only 5 centimeter of rain. So this much of small amount of rain is not suitable for giving rise to so many perennial streams in the Ganga region. But our geographers, they don't think about that, they have just explained. But we find in Skanda Purana a beautiful description and giving reason why the rivers, the large system of streams have evolved in this region, or what are the favorable factors? What they say is, from Chaitra Masa to Kartika Masa, 8 months. Madam, next picture can change. Thank you. From Chaitra Masa to Kartika Masa, 8 months, from the ocean, due to Vadavagni, the temperature, moisture is taken up in the higher altitude, and in the last 4 months, Margashi, Tai, Masi, Panguni, they are poured as snowfall on the Himalayan mountains. These oceans are known as Purvotara Ocean, that is the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. So this is a beautiful explanation. Actually, and they say very clearly what winds are carrying. Pravaha winds. Again, the western countries, they went to, America occupied America, but much of the American mountains are far away from them. The Alps mountains, which they are acclimatized to, are very small area. So they did not know about stratosphere and other things. They did not know the difference in temperature, difference in pressure, air pressure at great heights. But our Indian seers were living even in greater Himalayas, and they were crossing the Himalayas. So they have seen at different levels wind systems and pressure systems, and so they have given names to that winds at every level. And highest level is known as Pravaha. So they clearly say, the Skanda Purana says, the Pravaha winds, the upper air winds, or stratosphere winds carry. Okay. No, the wind cannot be shown. Upper wind goes and takes it to the Himalayan region and gives the required moisture. So this is an additional source, and a source that where the plenty of water comes from the warm oceans here. That is a